Hi, this is 50 Plus. I'm James R. Jr. This is actually an audio and video episode. I usually do audio only, occasional video. I do audio only of the show. You can install those when you go to your other audio platforms. But I thought it was important just for me to put a face to this, literally a face to this. And that's why it's here on YouTube on JLJ Media. So you can look at both. But if you don't look at me, go over to the other, go to any audio stream service and listen to it. No, June is Men's Mental Health Month. I see, and I have a few words on that. There's nothing long, but I just want to. And I'm also older, and I'm 50 plus. That there is a lot of stigma for men sharing their mental health. I'm online a lot because that's what I do. I'm online and stuff. And what's really interesting is seeing the divide online. There are folks who say, walk it off. Let me give me $10,000. I'll scream at you for a weekend and you'll be a man again. Whatever that means, right? We have those folks. Then we have folks who really are trying to help and get into the deep feelings and give you a safe landing and a space to talk about the things that bother you. So I see there's like two different worlds going on out there competing for your attention. Meanwhile, I feel like if you're the average man, it's like I'm a man. I was taught not to say anything. I was taught to walk it off and suck it up and be a man. You're the man of the house. I mean, all the words I heard growing up, and you have to keep it together. Real men don't cry. The whole thing. I heard all that stuff growing up. You got to keep it together. And also, as men, many times that's our nature. We're fixers, and when we can't fix something, I think something innate in us completely falls apart because we can't fix this certain thing. And life isn't always about fixing. That's just kind of sometimes it's ongoing stuff. It's tough. Myself, I've been in therapy off and on for years, but I'm also a certified life coach. I've gone to school for coaching. I was going to school for nursing. So you learn some psychological stuff while you're training that have been very valuable to me. But I'm a human, and there are times I feel overwhelmed. And now that I'm older, so this is the 50 plus part. For a lot of us who are older, there's a dual purpose thing going on for us. For all of us who are older and single, it's tough. We feel alone sometimes. We feel like maybe we had the love of our lives and they're gone. So you think you can't get that again. So there's depression about growing old and by yourself. For some, not for everybody, for some, but like for a lot of men who want to have that relationship, or they didn't have the kids when they were younger, they're running around, but now they want kids now. There's a whole thing going on there. But also in the dating world, feeling invisible. There's a whole daddy stuff and dilfs and gilfs and all this stuff. It's all cutesy, but for the average person, a lot of times when you're over a certain age and you look a certain way, then they just you feel overlooked, and it's not like you used to be. And going to the clubs this is a good look for a lot of us, who are a little older. And maybe us don't want to do that either. So there's been issues with that. Also, we could be dealing with adult children, grandchildren. In my case, I'm part of that sandwich generation. I have aging parents. I'm dealing with the grown children. I have grandchildren. I'm right in the middle. I'm handling everything there. Plus, for some of us, we're still running our businesses and all that goes in there, or retiring, and you're feeling like, what's my purpose? When you get older, there's so much, people don't call as much. Your circle gets smaller. Everybody's dying off, which I just had a friend die recently, and it's getting small. Your circle's getting smaller and smaller. There's a lot of mental health issues with that too. And if you've never been taught to release them and to feel them, it's really tough. And men commit suicide all the time. Women do too, obviously too, but a lot of men just suffer in silence, and you're like, but they seem so happy, or they seem so nice. And then all of a sudden the next day they're gone. Or lots of addiction issues, gambling, shopping, food, drugs, alcohol, all those addictions happening, and it's being out of control because of maybe a couple of traumatizing things. I'm enjoying people saying, check on your strong friends. Those of us who are handling everything, and the heads of families, or just in charge of businesses, people just think outwardly appearance, they're fine. So I always try to check in with my friends. I always do, my male friends especially. I'm always like, how you doing? And it's an awkward conversation at first. You're like, well, I'm fine. Like, really, how are you doing? And I only ask certain people that I'm close to. I mean, I won't just ask a random male friend of mine, how you doing? Tell me all your business. Because trust is a big thing too. Trusting that you can be safe with your feelings is a big thing. But I do have a couple of friends that I know I can talk to about my feelings, and I try to do the same for them. It's not all about me. And it's not easy. It takes practice. It's not fun. You just day I don't want to talk about my feelings. I don't like it, but I do. I force myself to. I have cried on camera many times over the years. I've laughed on camera. I've gotten mad on camera. I show my emotions. I'm very passionate, and I have to remind myself it's okay. I just broken men don't help society at all. They don't help themselves or anybody that comes in contact with them. So I want less broken men. That's what I want. I want less. I don't want hurt boys become broken men, and then the cycle just happens all over again. I just don't. I don't want that. And whether it's art therapy or it's gym therapy or it's actual therapy. And so I just urge everyone to at least reach out to me. So I'll listen to you. Sometimes it's easy to talk to a person you don't know for personally. But I online now. I've been actively trying to connect with other men who align with my values of no shaming, no bullying, no extreme drastic measures to help other men. It's like we're here to be a support system, and it can be really nice. I mean, the highs and the lows. I mean, both the good thing, the good times and the bad. So I'm gonna continue doing that as much as I can. And it's not easy when you get older. It really isn't. And there's times I feel completely alone and by myself and upset and completely depressed about it. And I can admit that. I can openly admit that just sometimes that happens. It doesn't happen every day, but it does happen sometimes. And I have to walk through it. But I am doing better at reaching out. I'm trying my best. This is 50 plus. My show comes out every Tuesday. I talk about issues for over 50, and usually from my point of view, it's kind of what I do. It's mostly audio, but occasionally I have a few videos here. And it's like I said, it's Men's Month, a mental month, and I just want to make sure that we look out for each other. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm James Lott Jr. Talk to you next time.